YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host TKK and we are back with another video, guys. I hope everybody is doing great. I want to set you up with some video expectations here, okay? Let me first just tell you thank you. I appreciate the support, the love. We got a lot of likes on the last video. B9 is a magnificent TV and a very good talking point here today on YouTube. I have to say that I cannot wait for the day that I hit 1,000 likes on one video. I got to tell you. So if you haven't liked the B9 video, I would appreciate it. Like maybe that could be the one. But guys, we got some great content here tonight. I want to talk about some burning questions around the B9. And then we're going to have another part of this video where we're going to, show some gameplay on this TV. I've got it in my game room. And I got to clean up a little bit in here. And once I get the room cleaned up, then I'll probably make another overview video of this. I'm not decided yet where this B9 will go, or if we'll make a decision to go after the 85-inch. So we're going to be talking about quite a few different things within this video. I want you to try to enjoy yourself, utilize the timestamps because we'll have some discussional time at the desk, and then the second half of the video will be some gaming. So this might be a long video, I'm not sure. This is going to be rendered in 4K at 60 frames per second in high dynamic range. Obviously, looking at my ugly mug and the curly fro isn't really important for high dynamic range, but when we get down to the game aspects of everything with the TV, I think that's going to be really important. So stick around, try to enjoy yourselves. I'm going to say it once more time. Thanks a lot for coming in, and we're going to get everything going right after this intro. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel, man. So let's get right into some burning questions. I think the most popular one that I've received so far has been, TKK, why'd you buy the B9 versus the G4? And I think I told you guys from the beginning, I held off on the G4 because it was available sooner. It was available in smaller sizes, 65, 55, 77, and then the 83 did become available. And once it became available, I was very tempted to go after that. But honestly, because I own the A95L and the S95C and the S95D, those TVs just make it really hard for me to go back to a white OLED. So I feel very much so passionate about the picture quality piece of things. And I think it's more so just like, a brightness level compared to also like color vibrancy. There's just something I've been getting on one side of the spectrum that I just was kind of turned off. Also, as a side kicker, with the G3, I was just so turned off with how it looked in gaming mode. I feel like LG's got to work a little bit harder. They got to wait a little bit longer for me to invest. Now, they got some great things going for them. 83-inch with MLA, which, again, something that we should be seeing as a Generation 2 thing. They definitely did not do a service to customers last year with 83 not being MLA, 77 being a cap. So you're capping out your MLA technology to compete with a higher end technology, which again, A95L, S95C, S90C, those are all, in my opinion, just as a collective, better TVs out of the box, which is how most people will watch them. But that's just my opinion, okay? So I went with the B9, again, just because, it's more innovative, man. It's something different. It does give me the color vibrancy that I get from the QD LED technology. And at the same time, the levels of peak brightness are really good. And then it's a very new niche type of thing. I believe that the technology or something similar that's what's powering the Bravia 9 is going to be something that we'll see in the future. I know people believe in this micro LED stuff, and that's cool. It's at a concept level. It's just not there yet for the consumer. Okay, I went to CES, so I got to see it firsthand, and it's beautiful. But I feel like this is the closest thing we'll get. It's just a very interesting technology to me. And the type of consumer that I am, man, I don't buy stuff just for the review purposes. I actually try to buy things so I can enjoy them and so that I can, just partake into this passion of mine. So that's why I went with the B9 over the G4. Could the G4 be ultimately a TV for me? Maybe it could be. And the B9 is not available in 85 right now. That was really what I was looking at. I was looking at innovative, primarily movie/TV, right? And I was thinking size, it's bigger and it's cheaper too. Who doesn't want to save $1,000 on something that's larger and it's more interesting to them? Keeping in mind, these are all personal decisions. If you feel like you go with the G4 over a B9, be my guest and buy you a G4. And I hope you do enjoy it if you do. For now, I'm enjoying my B9, and that's the reason why. I'll never go LED. I'm only going to go OLED. Guys, you are talking to a person. Are you ready? That owns a 90K, S95B, S95B, S90C, S95C, S95D, right? You ready? A95K, A95L, G2, C2, C4, QD OLED Alienware monitor. That arcade cabinet back there has the MSI QD OLED monitor. Guys, I probably have more OLEDs than anybody that you know on YouTube or off YouTube as a personal consumer. We're not talking about a reviewer, but a personal consumer, okay? So when I hear why would you go LED? I would never do LED. I'm only going to do OLED. I have all the OLEDs that I've ever wanted, okay? It's more about what's innovative. And because I'm really an enthusiast, I buy for the passion of trying the technology. I don't buy for the views. I don't buy for the care and the desire of and the opinions of others. I do value your opinion, but ultimately I've been doing this a long time. CRT, DLPs, plasmas, LCDs, LEDs, everything, right? I am enjoying what I've got. I made an executive and a calculated decision to not buy into another OLED that, in my opinion, though could be larger, is in some ways inferior to the king of the OLED or the QD OLED, which is the A95L. And again, I have S95D. So which way you want to go with it? Which way do you want to go with it? You want to go 24, 23, 23 that's still darker 24? We can go either way with it. But this is why I went with the B9 over the G4. And if you don't think that LED has any promise, that's okay. That's great. I feel the same way. 2018 was the last time I think I got a major one. That was Q9F. We had JS9500. I mean, I had the big dog LEDs too, man. But this TV is a special one, and I think it has some great potential. Now, is it as good as an OLED from a contrast perspective? Scientifically, it's not even possible. I'll say that again. From a contrast perspective, scientifically, it's not possible because you cannot control the lights at the pixel level. But it does have some nice innovation there that I think is great. Equally so, you do realize that a lot of people do actually purchase projectors. Can a projector look as good as this TV? I don't think so. But can you get one bigger? Yeah, for the that immersion experience. Collectively, what I'm saying is that I think that this TV has some great strides to make to show you guys that, hey, man, you can get something different and you can enjoy it. And that's all this is. This is all about TKK. Thanks for visiting. All right, this was a couple of comments I got. Why show gaming on the B9 when it's, in fact, a movie TV? Well, I disagree. I think that Sony deserves a little bit of credit for getting things right with gaming. Now, there's some opportunities. I'm not sitting here saying it's perfect, but, you know, we do since 2022, 23, and now 24, we've got some great gaming TVs from Sony. We've got pretty low input latency. It's low enough to play professionally and competitively, okay? My opinion. You know, so the numbers are there. The picture quality is definitely there. And there's been some niche-like gaming features specific to them that, you know, they've pioneered, you know? I mean, innovation deserves credit, man. If you don't innovate anything and you stick in your bubble and you just keep doing the same thing and the same thing and the same thing, you don't deserve much credit. But when you step out that bubble and you seem like you're starting to listen to the general public, then that's great. And so I think it's a great overall TV, just like the A95K and the A95L. So I think gaming for a person that is a gamer, I mean, we're in a game room. Everybody doesn't have a game room, but I do, fortunately. So I'm going to definitely play some video games. Now, we're going to make some more content around movies. You know, guys, you know I can't put the Batman on or Superman or anything like that. The best I can hope to do is make some steals and give you some discussion. And we will make that kind of content. But making an initial impressions comes down to being organic. And in order for me to give you an honest opinion about what I'm seeing, I have to do something that feels honest to me. That's the answer to that burning question. Why gaming on the B9? All right, I really want to get down to some gameplay. So again, I hope you utilize the timestamps to keep yourself entertained. There was just a couple of things that I wanted to discuss. This next portion of the video is going to be more catered towards me doing some gaming on this TV. Now, let me also let you know what's to come. We're going to be working on some content with this TV and in front of the A95L. That's pretty much going to be the next thing. Now, this TV is the same size as my A95K, and while I'm interested in bringing you that content, this thing is heavy as heck. That TV that's in my bedroom is heavy as heck, which is the A95K. And so getting these TVs moved around and trying to set them next to each other, it's a lot of work. It'll be easier for me to get this TV in front of the A95L. And even if it's blocking the A95L, you'll have that vertical up and down. And I won't really have to focus much on like what angle to look at more. I should be able to get you guys a pretty decent experience of watching content. If you have watched any of my content, you know I did that with the A95L, the A95K. I have it in 65 inch, as I just said. I put it in front of the A95L, and I think we made some decent content. We did the best we could do, and so we'll do the same here. So just rest assured with that. But these next couple of timestamps are just going to come down to a couple of different PC games. Let's talk about my build really quick. On my G, 277 inch that's behind the B9, I've got an NVIDIA RTX 4090 graphics card on that particular PC. So I've got a couple of games on there, and I'm thinking that, you know, it'd be cool if I just, you know, made some content. Make sure that you set this to 4K 60 and HDR. Maybe it'll help the experience for you being able to see. We're not going to play any manipulative tricks with the camera to try to make it look better. I didn't do it last night with Ghost of Tsushima. The content looked pretty dark to me, but when I watched it back, I was like, actually, it did look pretty good. When I say it looked dark, I was looking at my viewfinder, and I'm like, man, this isn't going to turn out good, but it turned out okay. And so I'm just going to set the camera, lock it, and just let it kind of do what it's doing on these games. So leave some comments, let's have some engagement, and let's get to the gameplay. All right, guys, so let's get into it. All right, we got the settings dialed in just a little bit. Yesterday, we didn't touch any settings. All we did was just put this thing in the game mode. And once we put it into game mode, we put it onto the RTS preset. And now it's on the standard game mode preset. So we tune the color up a little bit, mess around with the live color just a little bit, mess around with the brightness just a little bit. You know, nothing too crazy, but just the typical 1-2 punch. So now you can tell by the timestamps what type of games I'm going to be playing. So you can feel free to just go right where you want to be, or you can just enjoy it. I'm going to try to keep this nice and clean and tight to around 3 to 4 minutes. And again, keeping in mind, this is one particular PC, so I'm not going to have every single game. I don't have games like Call of Duty. Like, I got Call of Duty on here, but I'm not playing Call of Duty, man. But the purpose of this is just to show you, you know, some graphical fidelity, some color pop, etc. Again, no tricks played with the camera. We're just like letting it rock, letting it do its thing. So let's get right into it. And while I'm loading the game up, I just want to take a moment and talk about one thing that I did not address. I do have the lights on. We've got some really bright LED lights in here, and reflections are damn near non-existent, even when there is a black screen right here. I mean, I can see myself focused in, but nothing like it is with an OLED. So let's just be conscious of that. There's going to be pros and there's going to be cons, but I just thought that I'd punch that out there real quick. We got Tekken 8 right here. This is the game that we're going to be loading first. So I just need to tweak some settings, pretty much turn this thing up on max, and we're going to come right back and get some more gameplay with it. All right, guys, we're just going to let this go. Computer versus computer. This is Tekken 8. Kazuya. You know, I'm a triple OG Mishima player. So let's get to it. This game looks absolutely freaking beautiful. Good God Almighty. Let's go. I just put the computer difficulty on as hard as it can go. Colors is popping on this thing, man. What are we talking about? I know one opportunity a lot of people say Sony have is like horizontal motion. It's a fighting game, so side scrollers, fighting games, you would, in my opinion, you would be able to see, you know what I'm saying, there being a real big issue. I can't detect any problems with this thing. This looks really good, man. Man, this dude is whopping him. He about to wash him. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think though, man. It looks really good. Oh man, I thought we ought a winner. Oh. Tekken 8, baby. All right. We couldn't do Tekken 8 and not do Street Fighter 6, man. Come on. Season 2 just dropped. We got my man's Akuma versus Akuma. It's a computer battle. And I just got them both set to the highest level, so this might be a quick battle. Akuma has low defense. This thing looks great, man. Let's get right into it. Of course, I went with Fetfarain. A lot of colors on the stage. Ooh, nice DP. Confirmations. Boom. God, it look good. I'm ready to play. Woo. Whoa. Nice. Woo. Nice. Woo. Confirmations, baby. It'd be crazy if you catch him with a demon. There we have it. Akuma wins. I gotta tell me what y'all think. I think this thing is looking great. All right, we got some Destiny 2 LIGHTFALL in the mix. I have been playing this game again as of recent, and just from the opening sequence, the screen is picking up everything the way it needs to be. Very nice, vibrant. The whites are incredibly bright, so I don't know, it might create a little bit of a problem for the camera to be able to articulate. But I'm here to tell you, man, like, it looks a little hazy from my viewfinder, but listen, it is very, very crispy. The white is just where it needs to be. There's like no realistic blooming in sight. Where so I'm looking at the camera and it looks like, I don't know, it just looks like it's kind of cloudy, but it's not. So we'll have to see how the content actually plays. My viewfinder tends to play a little bit of tricks on me. But let's go ahead and load up a little bit of mission. This isn't going to be computer. This is going to be me just running through a little bit. So this particular timestamp might have a little bit more time to it. All right. Some Destiny content here. Feels pretty good. excited for the new DLC. I think it's June 3rd. So I think Tuesday. Yeah, it looks really good. Nice and organic. Yeah, just getting the general feel of it, man. It feels good. Man, I can imagine this thing being damn 85 inches. Looking this good. Oh, somebody shot me and it took off my aim. Woo, yes, sir. Just wanted to get into these dark spaces. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself. We 4 minutes in. All right, just a little something, you know. Feel free to make some requests. You know, I just wanted to put something together, offer you some discussional time with this TV in mind, answer some of the questions that have come up, and then offer you a little bit more of a representation of, you know, what it can do for gaming. It looks good, motion's good. You know, this is just my method of testing. You know, I could just throw in a flash drive and put some videos on and kind of let it run, but that's not really testing. You know, I like to play video games in my downtime, and then I watch a ton of Plex. So tomorrow we will get down and dirty, and we will be doing some comparisons of this with the A95L, in which, you know, I'll put on some different content. I might even do some short videos that appears to be a little bit easier when it comes down to playing video. But let me know what you guys think, what your thoughts were. Did you like what you've seen in the video? You know, we did dial in some settings on this video. I'm not really make a settings type of person, so I'm not interested in making that kind of content. That's not my style. But, you know, I did tweak this a little bit to make it how I wanted to make it. Made the picture a little bit more warm, tuned the colors a little bit, and I think we've got a great product here. Feels good, motion feels great, latency feels pretty low, image is pretty crisp and sharp, and you know, I just think it's very on purpose with black levels and peak bright details. So great stuff there. I'm enjoying it so far. Hope you enjoying the content. Leave some support, please. Like, share, Leave a comment. Let's have some engagement, and let's talk about what you want to see in the next video with the comparison of this versus the 895L. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can tune into that. We're going to catch you on the next video. Peace, God bless, and as always say, man, max love.